Hi, hello. I'm revisiting this thing again, the An, and I'm calling it H. Okay, I think the point is to call it H. We're referencing the H right now. Okay, the Hoover, the H bomb. I don't know. I tell you, this is absolutely, completely nuts. Now you can believe me, or don't have to believe me if you don't want to. I think it would have been yesterday morning. It was yesterday morning. Um, I'm coming back from dropping the kids off and the wife off at work, okay, and I got my other daughter with me because she's sick, and I'm looking up at the sky, and you know those clouds that are formed from planes, okay. Well, there was some trails there, and there was a big A in the middle of the sky, a big A, and I'm like, I said to my daughter, I said, look at that big A up there. She's like, oh yeah, okay. Anyway, I didn't really think too much of it. I jokingly said it's a sign. It's a sign. Anyway, I get a bit further down the road, and I just happened to glance across to my left-hand side. Okay, and I'm like, right, that's a H over there. Huh. Or is it an I? I don't know because it was flipped. But initially, I thought it's a H, and I'm like, is that really a sign? Is it a sign? And at that exact moment, this hawk comes flying across in front of the car. I'm like, gotta be a sign. I didn't really think anything more of it until till tonight, really. And I'm thinking, Anne H, yeah, AH, and those two trails in the sky, the A and the H. I wish I should have took a picture of it, but of course I don't have a cell phone. I didn't really have a way to take a picture of it at the time, so it didn't happen. But believe me or not, it's just absolutely crazy the kind of stuff that pops into my line of vision. Anyway, we're back with this whole thing here, this deal, right? So a few days earlier to this, pretty much after I'd done the somewhere in between doing the August the 17th video and now, I got to thinking about this whole thing, and I was thinking, this old girl crashing her car into a house at high speed, and I'm thinking, where have I seen that before? Where does that crop up? Okay, I'm going to show you where it crops up now. You already know where it crops up, okay, because it's on the thumbnail. All right, okay, here we go. Okay, I've given the game away. This is where it crops up, right? Marty crashing. I feel like I've talked about this before with something. I feel like this is deja vu. Maybe this is in an old video of mine somewhere, talking about this constant crashing thing. I can't for the life of me remember without digging back through the videos what I was talking about. But I've definitely referenced this before. These crashes. And here we go again. The crash. Okay. Here we go again. Marty's just about to crash into this thing, but he disappears. The photo, is it a photo booth? I think that's what it is. And what's funny about this is in the dollar bill we're dealing with portraits with Washington. He's in the photo frame, yeah. That's what we've got at the bottom of the dollar bill that gives us the quarter code, is the portrait frames, the picture frames. Okay. Interesting. The Libyans crash into this thing. Okay, so we've got crashes going on. Again, before Marty crashes in and is reborn back into the assembly of Christ here with old Mr. Crump presiding over it. Before that, he appears to crash into the Atomic Kid. Yeah, he appears to crash there as well. So we've got these crashes going on. Okay. Now, what do I want to say about this? Okay, this is Anne Heck crashing into this house. Okay, so I'm like, well, I'm going to go have a look at the area, and try and find out a little bit more about the geography and maybe find out what she crashes into, what the house number is. Anyway, I managed to sort of deduce what we've got here, okay? And we've got her coming down Preston Way and crashing into this house over here, 1766. And immediately with 1766, I'm thinking, this has got to be referencing George Washington. And hang on a minute, when did George Washington die? George Washington dies on December the 14th, 1799. I'll take that as a pretty good reference there. I don't mind switching 6s for 9s. So we got a good reference to the death of Washington with this thing, yeah? And of course she dies on the... there may be some confusion in my last video because I said she dies on the 14th. That's when she does die, you know. That's when they take her off life support, you know. Once the body is dead, you're dead, okay? Legally speaking, they declared her dead on August the 11th, okay? And that August the 11th reference is, again, we're back to this chart. August the 11th is the abbreviation of 811 is the abbreviation of this number here, 1118, okay? So they managed to wangle that in there, and there's a big in-your-face thing about the difference between legal death and actual physical death, okay? It's a big truth drop right there, because the legal fiction is, well, the legal is fiction, yeah? It's all based on fictional ideas, yeah? It's got really nothing to do with the physical body, and that's what they're saying right there, and that's what happens, okay? She's actually still alive until the 14th, until that life support machine, until she stops breathing and her blood stops pumping, she's still alive, even if she's brain dead. At that point, I know the machines are keeping her alive, but the body is still alive. Okay, you know, it'd be like, well, you know, John died a week ago. We're having the funeral, but we're not having it for another couple of months because he's still on life support. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, does it? You know, when the body dies, when the physical body dies, that's when you're dead. Okay. All right. With that being said, so that was a little bit of confusion maybe on my last video, but the point of the death being on the 14th, again, if we count on 14, 15, 16, and 17, we've got that 4-day Lazarus resurrection again. Okay. Important again. Okay, so we go from the 14th to the 17th. It's referencing that thing, and again, I was talking about 7s and 4s in my last video, and the way I can transpose those, I guess, just the way I write my 7s. That 7 is the 4 again. Okay, the 7 is the 4. Yeah, it's the thing that surrounds this here, the 4-7. Okay, the 4-7, independence. So again, that's more to do with that reference, okay? But anyway, we've got her shooting down Preston Way, okay? Okay, Preston, of course we can get to Elvis Presley with that, and there's some other Preston references that you can probably go and look at Jurassic Liars. He's got some good references to Preston, but I'm going to take the most basic form, and I'm going to say that is the pre-stone, okay? And pre-stone is before the physical world, okay? The physical world is natural law, is where natural law is written down, if you like, okay? It's written in the atomic structure of the world, if you want to believe in atoms. It's written in the stone, in the material world, okay? So even if you don't know what natural law is, and I may be going over the top of some people's heads here, even if you don't know what natural law is, okay, the rules that govern the physical man and the physical world around us, okay, even if you don't have an inherent knowledge of that in your heart, which I believe most people do, they know wrong from right, it's in the world around you. It's written there. Yeah, that's the 10 Commandments. The laws that are written, the immutable laws, the laws that don't change, because there's a structure to reality. and those laws do not change. Okay, they are set in stone, and that's our salvation. Okay, that's Jesus Christ again. That's our salvation. So, but this is pre-stone. Okay, this is in the fiction right here. Okay, we're in this road here is in the fiction. What she's coming down. Okay, and so to break out of the fiction, to get back into the Ten Commandments state of play and to be in line with God, which is to be in line with nature, which is to be in line with natural law, we've got to come from the pre-stone and go into the stone, basically. But in order to do that, we've got to shoot through the thing that's stopping us. And here it is. It's the wall grove. Okay, this is the wall across the groove. The groove is the canyon, yeah, like where the Hoover Dam is in the canyon. That's the groove, and the wall is the Hoover Dam that's going across that thing, yeah. And she's got to shoot through. She's got to shoot through. She's going to shoot through this wall, okay. Just as Marty shoots through and crashes in and is reborn, there's an imaginary wall there that he's going to hit, and Doc refers to this in several other places. You're not thinking fourth dimensionally, you know. This wall appears to be. There appears to be a barricade there, and this is the problem that people have. There appears to be something stopping you. You can't quite put your finger on it. It's the matrix, yeah? That's the thing you've got to burst out of. This is the metaphor with the Hoover Dam. That's the thing we've got to break free from. Okay? It's not really there. It's really a creation, yeah? Our false egos create that thing. Okay? And that's the thing that has to be destroyed. It's not really there, okay? So this wall isn't really there, okay? You're not really going to hit a wall, as Doc says to Marty. But anyway, but he does in the film, you know, because we have to have those references. But anyway, she's going to shoot through the wall, okay? Okay, and so this is a rebirth event, okay? And of course, she's resurrected from the cocoon on the stretcher. But this is it. This is our Back to the Future reference, shooting into the death day of George Washington here, into this home, and we've even got a palm tree right here as well. I mean, which is a nice biblical reference with Jesus. So, I mean, that's what I want to say about that, how that links into Back to the Future. But there was one guy. Okay, we did all the dates. Okay, we did the Ellen DeGenerate, which was the start of the whole sequence. Her birthday was the Kobe death date. Okay, so that was the start of this whole sort of, at least appears to be the start of this whole nonsense. Okay, and then we did the James Tupper, which was the 4th of August. Again, the mushroom cloud in Beirut. Okay, and the 4th of August, as I was saying in the last video, I got a bit twisted up there. I apologize about that, but in the last video I was saying about the 4th of August, and I was trying to make the connection back to the time when the clock stops, yeah? That's also the time that Marty is reborn, right? Which is 10:04 on the clock, okay, on the clock tower. And that 10:04, October, again, we're referencing October as either 8 or 10, okay, or combined as 18. So 8:4, which would be on the clock tower now, if we're going to call it an 8 to do with October, oct, okay, we can go back to August the 4th, and August the 4th is August the 17th when we change calendars, okay. Super interesting there, but it gets better than this, okay. We've also got Nancy H, okay, and if I click on her, we've got the Mario, okay. This is March the 10th, which is Mario Day. Ma-1-0, okay, Mario. Marry the O. I've gone through Mario Day before. Interestingly enough, this actually connects back to October the 11th, and I'll do another video on that later with some of these day jumps, and I'll show you how that connects back to that. I just wanted to mention it because I will refer back to it in an upcoming video, okay. Okay, hang on a minute. We're not done. We're not done yet, because we need to go to the guy that I didn't mention last time. Well, I mentioned him, but I said I can't be bothered to look at him. Coleman Laffoon. Okay, let's look at Coleman Laffoon now, the first husband, right? Okay. Blah blah blah. Where do I want to go here? Right. No, right here. Okay. He is born October the 7th, and again, when we're, so 10/7, so 17 reference, and we've got the, again with October, we can call that 8 again, or we can call it 18. So this is the 187 number again. Okay, and I referred to that back in the did I refer to it back in the last video? Oh, I can't remember now. But again, this connects back to October the 4th, and also we can count on from this 7-day. We can count the 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, which is 5 days. I know it's 5 days, but that October the 7th shows up in our dollar bill. Okay, it's our leap from August the 17th, and we go 51 days. I'll just show you it right now. This is August the 17th, we've determined. And if we go 51 days up here now, this is the 1 and the 5. If we go 51 days, it's going to take us that 7/8, the 7/8 of rust again. And here's the hooter here, the hoot owl right here, the little hooter. Okay, so we have a reference to the dam again with the who and the owl. Okay, we've gone 51 days to another 178 number. Okay, and then we count on these 5 days here. Okay, which is our 155, which again, depending on which way you want to go, you can get to another 187 number. The July the 18th 187 number. Okay, so we're just all over the places with references, but it's interesting how everything ties together. I think that's actually, I'm going to say, that is pretty much it for this one, I think. Do I want to say anything about that? No, I don't think I wanted to say anything about that. I think that's it for the Anne H thing, yeah. The A right here, and the H of the Hoover. I don't know. It's just very simple with the initials there, but I don't know. Here we go. Here's the mushroom cloud. Doc's hair. I don't know what else to say. I think I've covered everything with the Anne Heche thing. One more thing to note with the Anne Heche thing. I want to think whether there was something interesting with the gematria on Anne Heche. I don't think there was. If there is anything, I'll just link it again back to it. But I think I've covered everything. Okay. It is interesting that we have one of our films is 6 days and 7 nights. Okay. Just because of going from that October the 4th, the 10/4 day, and adding on 7 days. Okay, so that is maybe interesting as well. I mean, of course, born in Ohio, a reference to the dollar bill again, and the Hoover dam again with the who in there. I don't know what else to say. I think that's it. A nice little short one, but I wanted to make that link. This thing going on. This jump again, and that reference, like the reference with the 17th, and making that jump and going 55 days. Okay, going into making that rebirth jump. Okay, stop waffling, Dan. I'm going to call it good for this one. I'll get this video up, and if I've forgotten anything, I'll have to just put it in the next one. Okay, I will be doing another upcoming video, and we'll do some of these number jumps with the days, connecting back to the dollar bill again, actually. and some of that stuff will make better sense if I can just do it in a separate video by itself. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Bye.